This is a meteorite from Namibia, and
So
it's
it's a
called the
gibbon?
gibbon.
Yeah.
These are highly sought after. This shape is very unique. Put that down.
You and a few people that saw it here, but no one picked it up. So very few people have even seen it.
Wow.
So you said this was in storage for a while. Your storage
Yeah,
with
it
some
was
other
in
special
storage.
items.
It was, you know, the best one in a big lot, which the dealers normally hold back. You know what I mean? And I mean, I buy so many rocks, you can see. After a while, my study or wherever I'm putting them is full, and then I just pack them and put them away. So I put it away for about 20 years.
Wow.
Wow. But you think you probably originally acquired it in the early 90s?
Wow.
Well, it might have been, just say mid-90s. Then you're
Mid-90s.
safer.
When people are collecting meteorites, do they prefer the patina on it or do they prefer it cleaned? What do you think?
You get naturists. They're happy that it hasn't been cleaned.
Uh-huh.
Because that, like, you know, accentuates it. And they're quite happy with looking. And the point is, it's a lump of iron. This one is cosmic art. We call this cosmic art. And what do you have to shine it for? It's like you've got a beautiful sapphire, blue as anything, and you put a big silver thing around it. You know why? You don't need to. But I mean, have a look at the meteorite dealers. They normally clean their meteorites. If you like what you see there of other meteorites, they might not have a gibbon. Then you can ask one of them to do that for you. He'll
Personally, I
charge
like
you
the
50.
patina.
Yeah, I do like
Well,
it
if he
natural.
likes the patina, then have it done. Well, else do it yourself. A good
Very
collector
special.
will pay you a lot of money for that because it's really aesthetic. Most of them are just a lump.
Look at the
Any way you look
sculpture
at
on
that,
there.
it's aesthetic. Lying flat, lying this way, lying that way. But if you want the patina, they'll put it on. Gibbon is good with the patina. A lot of other meteorites, you put on a patina after a few years, if you're in a wet climate, it starts, you know, deteriorating. Because this is out of its environment, you understand? It was in space with no water, no air. But Gibbon retains. It's a very stable one. They make jewelry, they make watch faces out of these meteorites. But obviously they call them cutters. They're very ugly ones.
So they're a fine octahedrite. And so this is going to have fine crystals in it, so more on the smaller side, which makes it really beautiful for cutting.
Daylight button, and it has a flange around it that shows where it entered the Earth's atmosphere, oriented in this direction, causing the material to melt back on itself and make that flange.
Wow, those are
And
incredible.
these are flanges that the button, they separated from the button itself. And the rarest one in the box is the oval flange. This is actually a flange in an oval shape. I don't know exactly why it's an oval,
Wow.
but it's not your typical round shape.
I've heard about these buttons and I know how rare they are. I'm afraid to ask how much they might go for.
That one's 1,500. That's
1,500?
yeah, that one's that one. It's 1,500.
Okay.
This one's 800. 1,000, 1,800, 600, and then the rest of them
Yeah.
still gotta
Okay, I got an idea.
memorize them or sticker them. Those I have memorized. I personally collect donuts.
Oh, okay.
So and if you are here for the main show next week, or not next week, in 2 weeks, you'll see my display case at the main show called A Few of My Favorite Themes.
Oh my goodness. That would be like the Shamrock Shake, remember that?
And I collect donuts, I collect flowers, I collect these over here. I'll just say these, and you can figure out what those are. So I'm going to display a few of my favorite themes at the main show.
We're at JOGS now. Michael wanted to stop in here, and we gotta check out one of our friends here. Oh, there we go. Good, good. We're at Los Amigos Minerals here at JOGS at one of the outdoor tents. They have all kinds of gorgeous mineral specimens from Mexico. Let's see, if he's not too busy, I'll see if he'll share some of the specimens with us.
This is white aragonite. When it gets older, it crystallizes like a lot of these right here. But when it's young like this, it has this neat little feature where it fluoresces green under UV light.
Oh wow, yeah.
That this has.
That is awesome.
And then right here, it's all crystallized, so it loses that fluorescence naturally over time. And once it's crystallized, like say this one, it's a lot sturdier, a lot older.
Okay, so as they crystallize, it's basically going through the aging process. Huh?
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, that's so neat.
It's a really absorbent. It is a really old one. These are giant chunks of it.
Whoa, I don't think I've seen one with that big of crystals.
Yeah, this one's a big one. That's hematite. It's really absorbent, so sometimes it attaches itself to dogtooth, or it has fluoride with it. The pink ones have cobalt, this pinkish shade.
Oh, I love
cobalt.
that. That is really beautiful. Yeah, it's
This is
like a
one
blush.
Completely coated in hematite, but you can still see that that base rock is still white aragonite. The rarest
Oh,
of
that's
the
incredible.
aragonites.
And it's all from Mexico then, right?
Mostly.
Or most of it?
Yeah, this is from Australia. This is from Brazil. Black tourmaline and kyanite. People really like how these form. They have this
Oh yeah, the
Funky.
kyanite.
funky way of forming. But yeah, everything else is mostly from Mexico.
Oh, this is Guerrero amethyst here?
Yeah, Guerrero Phantom
Oh,
amethyst.
wow.
We have a big chunk of Veracruz amethyst back there. Neat thing about the Veracruz amethyst, most amethysts are like geodes, but Veracruz is formed in caves. So this is what you find on the walls and roof all around the caves.
So the Veracruz amethyst forms in caves. That's a huge specimen too. Look how big the size.
Oh, and there's
Wow.
a kyanite right there too. That one
Oh,
has-
that's a cool kyanite specimen. Oh yeah, it's got beautiful. It's like a satin luster.
This one has a couple air bubbles in it. I forget the name of when they form air bubbles in them.
Oh,
And
nice.
Just a super clear piece.
Look at that. It's so beautiful. Well, I learned something new today. I love amethyst. I collect all different kinds of amethysts, but I didn't realize that the Veracruz amethyst forms in caves. Well, you learn something new every time you come out to the gym shows. That is just awesome. So cool. Ooh, I love it. I love the contrast when they're on the matrix. Look at that perfectly perched double termination, perched right on that matrix. And the matrix itself is all glittery, all druzy. Oh, and then he's got danbarite. Look at that danbarite. That danbarite has, it looks like calcite, maybe some druzy quartz on there too, but if you took that out in the sunlight, it would be glittering.
Dude, I don't know if you saw the prized possession here.
This is the best place we have. This piece
Oh
is
wow, that
$45,000.
azurite. Oh my gosh, those crystals are huge.
Yeah, it's
Whoa.
a dense one.
That is amazing. All right, you guys. Thank you so much, you guys. And definitely, if you guys are coming to the gym shows, come down to JOGS and come check out Los Amigos Minerals.
Our opal, it forms in horizontal layers. So unlike other mines where they get a common opal and a precious opal, we get neither. We get a combination of the two. And that's what makes our opal special. We're the only mine in the world where you can find pink opal with color in it as well. That's formed through high amounts of iron and manganese, forming through your silica molecules, and oxidizing during formation. That gives them that pinkish hue, and they start with like this almost I would say a very beige pink. I don't know what to describe it as. But then it darkens up, and you can actually get a lot of pinks that are almost a red opal. And then even some, like this one, which will get so much iron and manganese in them that they'll turn completely black. And that one's one of 8. There's only 8 of them in existence. We've been mining for years and years, but that's so far one of 8.
Is that one for sale, or is that just an exhibit piece?
That one is for exhibit, because the problem is we don't know what it's worth. You know, there's no, because it's considered a pink-black opal. We're the only mine in the world that forms pink opal with color, and to have one that's pink and black at the same time, no one's ever heard of it. So more often we like to use it for display, to be like, look, this is the amazing stuff we get, you know, but we have all these other options. And we do triplets as well. So these blacker stones are actually pieces of opal that you grind to the color band, lay on a back of basalt, and then cap with quartz. Now, other people in other opal industries might back it with potch or plastic or whatever, you know, even glass at sometimes. I use only all natural materials. I use 100% Brazilian optical grade quartz, and then I use Washington grade basalt. And we try and put out everything because, you know, when a lot of opal mines don't put out everything, you know, they don't put out all their qualities. They put out the very, very best. And we put out everything to show, like, if you want a $10 piece, you can get one. If you want a $10,000 piece, you can get one. Because that way we have something for everybody.
Is your mine open to the public, or do people buy it your mine, or you just sell at shows?
No, our mine is currently closed to public. We used to do a lot of digging, but we sadly can't anymore. The insurance is way too high. The mine is still operational. I mine it every day in the summer. But we do a mini mine next to our store where we bring material down from the mine and just put it out next to our store. But I don't do high grading. Once it's in the bucket, like I just go up with the tractor, scoop it up, dump it in the dump truck, it's there. So you're just competing with the public because it's a big public pile that, you know, and we charge $75 a day, and you get a 2.5 gallon bucket, and you can fill it with as much or as little as you want, as long as you can carry it by the handle when you leave. It's yours to take. One of the special things is one of those black opals was found in the mini mine.
Is that right? Wow.
Yeah, it was found last year. A lady found it. I had to be around a quarter size, maybe $50 at the biggest. But it was, I would have to estimate around $5,000. It was a nice piece.
Nice.
But she was very excited about that, and we were very excited because our family believes, you know, a lot of other people would high grade this stuff, but my family believes that, you know, the more you find great stuff, if you find a $10,000 piece or a $1,000 piece, you're going to make jewelry and tell people, and then those people will tell people. So we believe in people finding, you know, the best of the best. It has a super dark red layer behind the opal, and it kind of acts like its natural doublet.
Well, that's not a doublet.
No.
Oh, that's totally natural.
That's totally 100% natural.
That looks like a
Oh
doublet.
my gosh.
I know.
I know. I totally thought that.
Yeah, it does.
That
So
is
if you look,
spectacular.
if you look on the side, see that red line in there?
Yeah.
It's so dark that when the light enters, it kind of acts like a doublet. So it's basically a natural doublet.
It's making
That's
it pop.
incredible.
It's
Yeah.
making that color, that play of color pop.
And
That's
it's
incredible.
just so unique. This is actually one of them.
Nice. Oh, it's really pretty.
But these are all from the same piece, and then we just cut it on that line and, you know, made 3 pieces out of it.
This is a perfect booth for the example of how the grade of a mineral or gem can vary.
Yeah. Even our rough, we do a lot of rough sale as well, where we get the opal, clean it up, and then just sell it straight out. We do the same thing, a lot of quality.
So this is what it looks like in the rough?
So this is a specimen where I just cut it straight down to the color band, but our opal actually forms in these hard rock formations. This black is actually obsidian, and then the white is actually called rhyolite. So if you see all these pockets, for example, right in there, that's actually opal in the pocket itself. So, for example, something like this, you could have somebody recut this piece into jewelry, for example, and then cut this one and then this one on the edge, and then there's also one right there. So a lot of these pieces have multiple plates. We call them plates because they form in flat plates. But even, for example, there's one right there hiding out where, you know, something like this, a specimen, you're going to spend $1,500 on it, but you're going to be expected, once it's cut and made into jewelry, to make at least 3 times that. The mine was founded in the 1940s. It was found by a couple lost deer hunters, and they found the mine just wandering around in the fog and got lost. You know, the typical lost deer hunter story. Then there was a bunch of claims on it, and one of the original claimers knew my great-grandfather. He then said, well, do you know anything about rocks? Well, my great-grandfather did headstones. He carved headstones. So not really, but my great-grandfather decided, well, I want that. And so he came up in the 1960s and bought the property. So we don't own it as a claim. We own it as it is our property. So we own the mineral rights and everything like that. So that's why we're able to have so much of it out, because we're able to work it a lot more, because we don't have the same restrictions as a claim does. Now it's just me and my mom. I do all the cutting. Mom does all the silverware. Grandma still does the gold.
Nice.
So, you know, we do it all in the family.
I really, really like this opal. I like it a lot. Yeah, it's got a very unique look to it. And that hint of pink, the blush tone, that one's got some play of color right there. It's so cool to get to see it in every stage, you know, from the rough and then getting polished, cut and polished. Oh, that's amazing.
I get a 2.5 gallon bucket for it. That one's kind of...
This one, oh, it's just a rough piece my grandfather broke open and then he lacquered so that you could see the color. But this one's 100% rough.
Oh, see, I love this pink. The pink, you know, it's just so pastel. I love pastels.
That's the word. Oh, pastel pink. I was trying to think of the word of like, because it's a lighter pink.
Yeah. So if you want to get a hold of Spencer Opal Mines, there's their information. Well, thank you so much, Leo. That was awesome. Thank you. We are at JOGS right now, and we're looking at Kazakhstan Turquoise. Kazakhstan Turquoise is my favorite turquoise on the planet. I love this stuff. Now, this is what it looks like in the rough, but wait until you guys see what it looks like polished. There's one color of it, but wait until you guys see this.
Lavender.
Oh, that's what they call the lavender color, and that is my absolute favorite right there. Everything about it is excellent, top quality. You get a little more
robin
turquoise.
Blue, robin
oh
egg
yeah,
blue.
robin's egg, yeah. And then you have some with more matrix. If you want some really lightweight pieces, they do have the slices here too. But yeah, just the different variety. Oh man, but these right here, oh, those. It's really personal preference though on what color you like. Some people like it more green. I just really like the lavender color. Here's what Michael just got.
This is a turquoise with a pyrite in it naturally. And when it polishes, it makes the most incredible cabs. But I just wanted this as a rough. So she can show it next to the cabs if she puts them on the website.
Yeah, I really like the rough to see what it looks like naturally like that. And it's not stabilized, it's completely natural. No dye, no stabilization, just all natural turquoise, straight from the earth. It's incredible that it forms like that with pyrite, isn't it?
It is.
All right, so that's Michael's first purchase.
That was it.
So we're outside of JOGS right now
one.
at the tents, and look at this aquamarine. Look at how beautiful this entire table of aquamarine is. Look how big that specimen is.
Yeah, that's probably over 100 pounds.
It's huge. It's so pretty though. It's like, oh
look,
man.
Look at of all these minerals. Look what Christine got. Pink.
Yeah. Listen, I spent all my money
I
on
know,
meteorites.
It's easy to do here. It's easy to do.
And now I'm just buying tektites. But there's so many beautiful gems. I mean, I love the Shangan amethyst.
Shangan amethyst.
Yeah, but
This, scepters.
yeah, the scepters are really cute. I love this piece right here. That is a really nice one. See that etching on there? Oh, sorry. It's tight in here. The Shangan amethyst? Oh, well, it's from Zimbabwe. And so it's similar to the Brandberg amethyst, but every single piece of Shangan is totally different from each other.
Yeah, it has this weird kind of like formations.
Some will have windows. A lot of them are scepters. A lot of them will have water bubbles and hydros.
He had a lot more of this when he first started.
And a lot of them have hematite inclusions, which are little red inclusions that sparkle in the sunlight.
And they're only from Zimbabwe.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a distinct type of amethyst.
Yeah. Libyan desert glass. Oh, he's got really nice ones in here.
With the top quality ones in here. Look at this. Oh,
Look at all those Shangans. I love how everyone is different.
Head Bassmaster. Look at it. Would you look at it?
Look at those aquamarine specimens. Oh man, I really want some aquamarine.
So he has the displays too.
Look at all that. Oh man. Look at all that beautiful aquamarine.
What a spectrum of color. I mean, look at, I've never seen one that dark. Have
That
you?
is the natural meteorite. When you hit the sand, this is a real one. When you put it in your hand, you can vibrate.
Can you feel the vibrations?
Look at that chunk.
Oh, nice. Libyan desert glass, third eye, solar plexus. Some of these have vintifax, so they're a nice natural facet from wind and the sand. So they have a little bit smoother surfaces. And some will be rougher. Let's see if we can find a rougher piece. If you see a rougher piece, it has been buried. So those are the ones that are found under the sand in the Sahara Desert.
The rough part has been buried, correct?
Yeah. Look at that dark piece.
I've never seen
Man.
one that dark. Yeah.
I bet if you light that up, it would be spectacular inside.
Where's your light? Where's your torch? Goodness, look at this. It's like a lemon drop. There you go. Backlit and everything. Okay, now put it down in with the other ones. So see how that one stands out. from the
Yeah,
other ones. It
that's
really
what we
does.
look for. Is certain ones will really glow. That one has a really nice glow to it too. That's a real nice smooth one there. So you can see all those facets. Those are the vintifax. A lot of the bigger ones end up with some damage and some chips. So when you do find bigger pieces that are pretty much flawless without any chips, they're highly sought after. So it makes the price go even higher on the flawless pieces. I will spend many hours picking through every single piece if Michael allowed that.
That is why you see me leave.
Today I don't have many hours because it's already late in the afternoon. But I'll be back tomorrow.
Wow. I mean, it's pretty much day one of this show.
Look at these. Look at that dark one. Oh, wow. Look at that dark one.